common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
The host of the Milwaukee convention for the GOP is Reince Priebus. Reince, you were late. We were supposed to have you on at 5:05.
Well, I was talking to President Trump at the time and texting Matt, because I didn't realize I was texting a landline telling you guys it was going to be late. But we're talking about the convention and what's going on here in Wisconsin, and I'll tell you what, I think things are looking great here. We've got the RNC that's here right now. They're working through the platform. They're working through the rules, and a lot of people might not realize, especially the people listening that may not follow every little detail here. But when you have a convention, both political parties actually meet a week before the convention and do a lot of the committee work that takes place to put on a convention. And so you've got the entire RNC here in Milwaukee getting ready, and the weather is beautiful, probably about 20 degrees cooler than what it is in New York and D.C., and those folks will be coming in too soon. So we're looking forward to it.
Reince, how many people will be converging on Milwaukee?
I would say around 50,000 people, 15,000 as well in press, just both national press, local press, international press.
You have enough hotel rooms for 50,000 people?
Well, we don't have enough in the city of Milwaukee, but we've got enough in Milwaukee and in the areas around Milwaukee to make it work. We've got a dedicated bus lane on all the highways, of course, security. There's what's called a soft perimeter where you get people in and out, and then there's a hard perimeter where it's just you can't penetrate it at all. That's around the arena and where delegates and alternates show up. So this is a 2-year process, John, that fortunately I've done this a couple times before. So
you've been working hard at it.
Yeah, and the RNC's done a great job, and the Trump campaign's done a great job. The city of Milwaukee, it really is a pretty good example of Republicans and Democrats working together because, the city of Milwaukee is pretty much, I would say, run by Democrats, and the counties, it's fair to say, is run by Democrats, but yet they have been very cooperative in making sure that this group of Republicans and press are going to be well taken care of because you know what it means? It's about $200 million in economic impact to the city of Milwaukee, and that's something that most mayors would want to have.
Reince, there's a lot of controversy. Wisconsin is a big swing state, and I understand there was a controversy on ballot boxes.
The Supreme Court came out with a ruling that reinstated ballot boxes being allowed in Wisconsin. It's a controversy because...
Is this breaking news? By the way, Reince, there's some breaking news just happened right now. Wisconsin Supreme Court... new liberal majority reverses the ruling that banned most ballot drop boxes in swing state. Oh, this is just...
Yeah, this is what happened in the last few days.
No,
yes, exactly. Week. Yep.
Okay. So
right.
What does that mean?
So here's what it means. The state law says pretty clearly that when someone takes out an absentee ballot, that in Wisconsin, you need to have an application for an absentee ballot. You need to sign the envelope, and you need to return it to a municipal clerk or someone who's deputized by a municipal clerk. It's very clear in the statute that that's the law. And that was part of the controversy that took place in 2020, because in 2020, during COVID, the Elections Board loosened up the laws. They didn't change the law. They just said, we don't, it doesn't matter what the statute says, do it this way, which was not in line with the law. And they had hundreds of thousands of people that voted in parks, and they put ballots in drop boxes. So they didn't sign it. They didn't give it to a deputized clerk. And in many cases, they put it in a drop box. And that is the issue. So what is it doing in this box? So the Supreme Court, after 2020 and all that fighting was kind of concluded, the Supreme Court came back and said those drop boxes are illegal and you can't do drop boxes and follow the law in Wisconsin. Well, the conservatives lost the Supreme Court race a year and a half ago. That case was brought back to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court now just issued the opposite ruling in Wisconsin and said, okay, we can have these drop boxes now. Well, you can imagine that this is a huge controversy because you have a state law that says one thing, and you've got the Supreme Court that's saying, well, we see what the law says, but we're going to allow these drop boxes. So now where does it go? Where this goes is each county now has to assess if and how they're going to use these drop boxes. Without them being in front of the clerk, I don't know how they're going to do it. So this is not over yet, guys. This is an ongoing dispute. And we'll see where it goes, but it certainly is controversial.
And Reince, Judge Weinberg has a question.
Reince, good to talk to you again. Seems to me this is reminiscent of what the Pennsylvania Supreme Court did 4 years ago. And I submit to you, as a matter of constitutional law, the state Supreme Court of Wisconsin has no right to do this because it's a violation of the state. The state doing this by the state Supreme Court is a violation of the responsibility of the state legislature to set the rules.
What's the next step?
You go to federal court and you try to get an injunction against this.
Yeah, I mean, they could do that. You go back to the legislature and try to pass some kind of clarification in the law and then have them try to go back to the court. I mean, there are all kinds of ideas swirling around, Judge, right now. But it is very clear because if you read the statute and what the statute says, there's just no doubt about it what the law says, and it's pretty clear. And it's a shame what's going on.
Reince, please keep us informed. I know my daughter is coming to Milwaukee for the Rules Committee on Wednesday, and I guess you guys are going to be loaded with people. I hope to catch up with you sometime.
It's going to be great. We're looking forward to it, and it's a big win for the city of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin.
Well,
and Reince, I'll see you. I'll be there. I can't wait to see you there.
God bless.
I'll see you soon, guys. Okay. I'll save you some Miller Lights and cheese curds.
I'll take the cheese curds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Lou Dobbs for Priority Gold, America's precious metals dealer. These are volatile times with high inflation, soaring debt, wars on multiple continents, and rising financial stress. Central banks are buying gold to diversify their reserves, so are many Americans. Call Priority Gold and find out how precious metals can help you diversify your portfolio. They're highly rated and happy to help. Call 1-866-303-6357 or get a free gold guide at PriorityGoldGuide.com. That's PriorityGoldGuide.com.